Hello YouTube, it is the end of August and that officially means it's the end of 4 months of digital marketing freelancing. So one of the things which I said that I was going to do for myself is record a vlog at the end of each month just to record my progress. So what's August been like? August has been really good. It's one of my favourite months of the year. I actually ran my first photo shoot. So I've been working with a place called Unit 7, which is based on Marsh Barton in Exeter. And it's a great little gym. They've done a really good job at the rebrand. So we actually got a photographer down there, got a load of volunteers together and got that all organised to create some really good shots. And that is what I love about freelancing at the moment. It's those kinds of things which I wouldn't have traditionally ever had the option to do. As a result, I haven't actually seen the photos yet, but from the previews, they look pretty damn good. What else have I been up to? So, what else have I been up to? Campaigns. We did loads of campaigns. So as of tomorrow, the 1st of September, we are going to be kicking off some massive membership campaigns for the leisure industry. So in terms of lessons and things I've been trying to learn for myself, there's kind of a few things that have cropped up. And what I'm finding is that you can actually have a project, and it's particularly with strategies, and you'll put it back and you go, right, I'm going to work on that. And particularly with strategies, they work best when you have a good, solid couple of hours straight just to crack on, work for it, and really get your head into the game. But often you'll find, quite naturally, and especially in the marketing world, that you'll get a call, or you'll get an email, or there'll just be a very minor, quick task, only 10, 15 minutes, and suddenly you go, oh, I'll do that, and then I'll do that, and then I'll do that, and then so on and so on and so on. So actually, your big block of time that you traditionally used for a strategy just isn't there anymore. So you don't have the headspace, and it started to get a little bit frustrating more because I just want to do a good job, and I find that I work better with lots of long stretches rather than jumping from one thing to the other, to the other, to the other, to the other. So I'm going to make sure that basically time is set aside at a guaranteed good couple of hours straight, just lock myself down, hide myself away, and make sure I can crack on with them in good measure. So one of the other things which I've been thinking about recently is kind of what other projects do I get passionate about and what other projects would be really good to work on. And so there's two things which are quite close to my heart in various different ways. One of them is the current recruitment situation in the NHS. So you've probably seen in the news that the NHS is struggling, and one of the reasons they're struggling is because they struggle to recruit. And what we found is, and this to be honest is a vlog in its own, is that actually each trust is kind of siloed from one another. So you might have a trust up north which is doing an incredible job with their recruitment, but actually the knowledge of how to go about achieving that isn't being transferred. So I'm wondering if there's any scope there for me potentially to work on, because it's such an important, valuable service. The other thing which has been such a good evening was we went to a place called Piper's Farm. So Piper's Farm is based just outside Exeter, and they do an incredible job creating some very tasty food. We went and we had an absolutely fascinating talk with the owners, Peter and Henry, who took us around the farm, and they explained all about animal husbandry and why they created Piper's Farm and essentially what goes into rearing a good animal. The reason I like this, and it's probably connected with the fitness industry to be honest, is that I obviously pay a lot of attention to my diet and what I'm eating. But actually going around with the talk and seeing how passionate Piper's Farm are with regards to animal welfare standards and also sustainability of the meat industry, again, I came away thinking from it, is there something that can be done here to try and broadcast that message a bit further? Because it all comes down to battery farming, and battery farming is not good in any way, shape or form. But how to move from a very much industrial intensive battery farming situation over to something which is basically Piper's Farm at the other end is a really hard area, but something which I'd really like to potentially take a look at. So they're kind of floating in the background. The reason I'm saying all that is because it'd be so good to work on those projects, and then there's that little part of my brain which goes, oh no, I've got to contact them and start researching and do all this information, and you get really passionate and enthusiastic about it, but then you go, oh, but I've got all these other things to do. And don't get me wrong, they're really good things to be doing as well. But what I need to try and work out is what would get the best returns I get, not just in terms of money, but just in terms of what value would they get from me and actually making a bit of a difference in the world. During the month, one of the things probably about mid-month, which I did have a bit of a wobble on, was actually one of those classic, am I going to get everything done in the month? Now, actually, because I'm sitting here and it's the end of the month and I've got time to do this, then yay, the signal is good, everything is fine. One of the things though, which everyone can struggle with, and I know from talking with other marketing friends involved in the industry, is that psychologically you've got a degree of pressure thinking you can't do it, whereas actually in reality you have more than enough hours spare. And one of the ways I've always counted it is literally just by logging stuff in a spreadsheet. Now, I'm a big fan of spreadsheets. That's so nerdy, but I am, sorry. So with the spreadsheets, I will log hours that I need to do, and some of them are quite known hours in terms of you have 6 hours to work on this, boom, get it done. Others are a bit more estimated, but even if I'm not quite sure, I'll try and put in an estimate for how long I think I need to spend getting that up to the level of quality which I would do in all my work. And suddenly then you actually have a breakdown of how many hours you've got in the week or in the month. You can compare that to the number of weeks and hours that are left. And there you go. Then I can see that if I've got a number of hours spare, then that's all good, I feel chilled. And then, to be honest, even if what did come out as like negative numbers, so we had something at our previous agency called negative time, just in case we did get too busy, then what you can do is work late, or if I have to, work a weekend. Tomorrow, it is the 1st of September, so as I say, that means we've got some big campaigns launching. I've got a couple of events that I'm already lined up to go to and have a look around, so September looks like it's going to be a really good, positive month. Everything, fortunately, is planned and organised. I know my hours, so I'm not going to have too much of a wobble about that. So yeah, it's all been going well. Freelancing overall, still really loving it, still think it's probably a really good decision for me to have gone to. So yeah, I'm just going to crack on. At any point, if any of you have got any questions about either digital marketing or what life is like in freelance, then genuinely send me over messages or put a comment in the box below. One final thing, which I completely forgot to say. Last month I ended up having over 200 views on one of my videos, which I know does not make me YouTube famous, but I was really weirdly over the moon about it, and I was constantly refreshing my feed to see how many views had gone up. Wow, that's sad, but there you go. It's just really cool to actually see this working. Off the back of that, I want to say massive thank you to a few of my friends and a few people. I have no idea who you are, but you've subscribed to my channel, and that is really good news for me. So thank you very much. If you do like this video, please like, comment and subscribe if you haven't done so already. And yeah, I'll be back next month. Thank you.